Hey everyone, it's Rhonda here from Nelson's Soapery. Today what I thought we're going to do is we will do a behind the scenes for a week. I'm going to try super hard to make sure everything's done for you. So today is Monday, so it is a public holiday, but of course when you own your own business you don't get to have those days off, maybe later on but not now. So here is an order that I'm just going to do. This is a little wholesale order that I'm going to organize. So it's all soap for this one. So here you can see I've already put in all the legals behind, and then of course my wrapping. So my wrapping just comes simply on a what is it? It's like an A5 sheet. It just comes like that. And if I ever run out, I can just print it on my printer, which is really, really handy. So that's what I use for those. And then on these, I just print these out on Cricut. And basically that's just my label that I've made on the back. So you need to include your ingredients. You also need to include like things like manufacturing details. And of course, every country is different. So I'm just talking for Australia. Of course, the weights and everything need to be on the front of the item, the name, what it is, and so on, as well as a warning at the back in case someone gets an irritation, because you're dealing with people with so many different skin issues. These ones here are actually to go on my shelf, so these ones aren't a part of the order, but I need to put the backings on them. And this is the hardest thing. Sometimes as a small business, what we all do is we just think, oh well, we'll just make it later when it comes, and then when the order comes, you're running around trying to print out 2 of this and 1 of that and 8 of that. So it's really hard, and that's how I did it at the start, and sometimes I still do it like that, but it's not the best way because it just makes things really stressful. But anyway, I thought for this part of the video I'm just going to show you what I do. So here I have one called Silverwood. So Silverwood basically is a really nice sort of sandal and woody kind of scent. It's very popular, especially for the men, and it just comes in a little one like this, and then of course I sit it in here to wrap it. But because soap has oil in it, if you just put it on paper, or even paper that I get made, and I get most of them made from Vistaprint. This one I've just printed myself, but most of them I get done at Vistaprint. But you need to put some sort of baking paper or something on the inside just so that it sort of grabs any grease or anything that could go on them. I mean, these don't have anything, they're totally cured, but you just never know. So it's definitely worth popping something on. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I usually grab like a baking paper and I just cut it into strips, and then that goes into the center. So let me show you how I do that. So I do have my baking paper here. As you can see, all this is just, it's just a Glad baking paper, you know, that you get when you cook. And then it's actually the perfect size, this one. Then I just cut it. Doesn't have to be super perfect. And this is what I do. I just lie it down like this, and then I literally just wrap it. It doesn't have to wrap around the whole thing. It's just the center, just to make sure it's perfect. I could have cut that, but I don't. I just leave it for extra protection. Then I just literally face it down this way here, roll it over one way, so we'll roll it this way and over. And because this is an A5, it suits my, you know, it suits my soap perfectly. So, and everyone's soap is different. My soap is quite a sort of taller, thinner soap, and I did it so that it can easily be held in your hand like that, because I couldn't see any molds or anything on the market that suited me. So now you can see it's in here, and so now I'll show you the easiest way to actually wrap soap. If you just grab the sides, and you can see that it sort of gets like a triangle, so we've just pushed the sides in, you push the back to the front, and then the front piece is going to the back, so then it looks really neat. So then literally you're going to have something like this at the top, if you can see that that looks quite neat. And then I just put one piece of tape there, because I try and use as little tape as I need to, although I didn't stick that very well, did I? So, and basically that's it. And then of course we go to this part and exactly the same, and pop that over. But I didn't do that very well, did I? I have to refix that one, because obviously I'm doing this on camera, and it's not as easy as if I wasn't doing this on camera. So let me just get another piece of this paper, and this is, look, you know, I'm going to say this, everybody, you know, and I say this all the time. I wanted my channel to be a bit different. I wanted it to be just realistic, you know, like how it actually is to run a business. I know you will see lots of many other channels that, you know, maybe are a bit more fancy with their camera work and things like that, but I try not to do that. I just wanted it to be just, you know, really basic, so that you could see this is literally what a soap maker does when you start out, because you know, my business is not a three-figure, you know, it's not $100,000 or anything like that. I don't earn anything like that kind of money, and I just guess I wanted to show people what it's like to start out, because even though I've been doing this for a few years now, it still is fairly new. Like, I learn things all the time, so that's how they're basically going to look. But that's what I wanted to tell everyone as well. You know, that's because I do get people saying to me, or other channels, you know, do all this editing and all these fancy work. Honestly, I don't have the cameras that many other people probably have. And I also, look, I'm not that technical, so I don't really understand how to do a lot of those other fancy programs. Maybe I will do it one day, but at the moment I like to just keep it realistic, and I just want to keep it real, honestly. So I hope that you guys that are following me really enjoy me just keeping it real. Like I said, and you know, I don't pretend that I have a fancy camera, because I do not. I actually don't own a camera. Everything that I do on here is through a phone. It's an iPhone. It's an iPhone 12 Pro Max that my husband bought me through, you know, we sort of claimed it through his work, you know, or through himself, sorry, not his work, you know, he just bought it that way. So, because the business wasn't making enough money to even buy me a phone. So, you know, that's the truth. And that's something, like I said, that I really want everyone to understand. You know, it's not an easy, fast road to have a soap business, but it's a really fun one if you love what you do, and I do really love what I do. So, you know, just find your little vibe, everyone, and you'll be fine. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of touch on that, because I thought a little bit about the scenes is kind of answering questions that people ask me as well. And that's a common question that I get asked. People often say to me, you know, all these other, you know, YouTubers have fancy equipment and do these fancy things, and I'm like, well, you know, I can't afford that. So maybe they're more advanced in their business than me, but I'm definitely not at that level that some other people are at, which is okay. I will get there. We'll all get there, won't we? It just takes time. So but anyway, and so now let's get on to the next one, everybody. So this one here is called Ocean Shave. And I actually designed this one because my son-in-law is a barber. He works, you know, as a barber. And I actually make them some creams and things for their shop. So I actually do make a few things for them. And lots of men use my beard butters that I just started designing them at, you know, maybe a year or so ago. And then anyway, they wanted them in there, and they sell very well. So this was a scent that a number of men asked for. It reminds me a little bit of Brute. It's a definite aftershave one, so that's why it's called Ocean Shave. And I do that in beard butters, but I don't really sell the beard butters much on my site. It's usually exclusive just to hairdressers and things like that. I have a few things that I don't sell on site. They're just to, you know, companies, florists or whatever. But, you know, because I have the wholesale now at Trade Square, as most of you know. So that's pretty much how I organise all that. So today, like I said, I'm going to get on to doing all these. And if you can see nice and close, you'll see my signature on them. And yeah, so literally this is how I do my soap. If anyone wants a great idea, you can buy the boxes too, but the boxes end up being really expensive. I think it's like 50 cents for a box, a plain box, and then you have to put your label. So to me that ends up really expensive, and nobody wants to pay, you know, $20 for a bar of soap. So you got to be realistic too, don't you? So Anyway, and I do get questions about, you know, like, does this take too much time to wrap? It really doesn't. It's pretty fast. There's not much difference doing this to shrink wrapping it, to be honest. So I actually pretty much find this, I actually think this is faster. But anyway, so I'm going to get onto that order. So this one is my next one. And before I go for today, let me show you what else I'm up to. I'm actually been just organising my melts, which I'm almost finished because I had to do a new line of those. So, and I did bring a video out, but these are the melts, and basically I'll show you what I do with mine. I pretty much just make the melts and then they go in the bag. So this is my melt. If you can see how sparkly it is, hopefully the camera picks that up. So pretty. And this one here is the bubblegum scent. And so all I'm going to do is just pop it in here. So these bags are not made for these. These were just ones that I bought. You can shrink wrap it too, but remember it's wax, so you don't really want it to get too hot. And then I just pop that over and stick that so it's like in here. The reason that I can't just put it in the box is you have to remember as well that these ones, you know, they're freighted out, and in Australia, in Queensland, it still gets warm days. So you want it in plastic in case the terrible thing happened that it melted in the truck. So anyway, so they're my melts, and that's what I'm doing with that one. And I will show you my new ones. So this is one of my new ones. This is called Sophistication, and it's just like some beautiful bergamot, rose, lavender, some lemon, and so on is the fragrance for that one. And then this is my other one, which is a champagne grape, and it's really lovely. I love this smell. It's very strong. So I'll be popping all of these ones in the boxes too. So that is my job for today, and then I am going out to dinner to my daughter Emily's house for dinner. She often has us over for dinner, my daughter Emily and her partner Taylor, so very exciting. So I'll be going there for dinner, which is great. I don't have to cook. So I will bring everyone back tomorrow, because tomorrow I will be getting some parcels out that I have to definitely get out, and we'll go off to the post office to get all of those ones. And we may have to start making some products because I'm running out of a few things, and put some orders in as well. Anyway, so Monday is come to a close, and now I will bring you back on Tuesday. Hey everyone, it's Rhonda here from Nelson's Soapery. Today I thought I would show you exactly what I'm doing. As you can see here, we do have the candles all set out, and I'll show you how I do my little process here. This week I decided to do as many videos as I can behind the scenes, just to show everyone what I actually do. So it's not really making candles as such, but I thought, look, maybe you might just want to come along and see all these extra things that I actually do. Today, well, I shouldn't say today, everyone. It's actually tonight. We've already had dinner. It's probably 8 o'clock at night, but I do have some wholesale orders to get out, and I've sold so much on Trade Square, so I really do need to get going with some more. And I keep getting asked for my baby candles. So these ones here are my little baby ones, if you can see them here, and they're called Teddy Bear. That's what I actually call them. And then they are scented in a scent of baby powder with some lavender, and it's just really nice. It's a lovely scent, and that's one that I just mix up myself, so you can do however you like. It has a few different scents, not just those two in it, which are a bit more unique to me. And then down here, these are actually the labels that I make. So these ones are the ones that I make on the Cricut machine, and also in conjunction with Canva. And so you can see in the middle, this is just my logo obviously here, and then of course the pattern and so on that I make, and then they kind of just wrap around the jars like this. So I thought, while I'm doing this, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. And now you probably can see the little popsicle stick, and then I've just pressed this over. These ones here, you can actually get these at Kmart if you're in Australia. They actually sell them now. So cheap, a few dollars, so it's worth it just to stick on there. But if you don't have them, you can use a peg. I mean, I always used a peg, so you don't need to worry. And I thought I'll show you a little trick with this peg. So obviously it's just a standard wooden peg. Now, can you see in the middle it has this tiny tiny little hole. I used to think, what, are people putting it there and it falls in or what? But this little hole in the center is actually center of the peg. So if you like, you can you see how it's going through that little center hole? And then this literally sits in the center, and you want this to be, the peg to be flush with the top of it, and then it literally holds it in the center. So you can see if I shake it, it's still in the center. So I thought, isn't that clever? Because I actually didn't know that. I used to think, well, how can a peg actually make this stay in the middle? But honestly, you learn so many things with so many people as you go along, don't you? And that's what I do. Like, honestly, I love that. I love how we can all learn so much from each other. So basically, I've just got my little wick in the middle, and I got these wicks from Pure Candle Supplies. I can't think of the I can't think of what it is, the wick at the moment, but I will definitely put it in the description for you with the link if anybody wants to do that. And these candle jars here, they actually hold about 100 grams, even though they are listed as a 120 gram candle. There is no way I can fit 120 grams in this. 100 grams pretty much takes it very close to the top. And I used to sell them as 90, but people look, honestly, generally they want it to look like they want 100. So, and then they have a beautiful little lid. So I'll show you the lids. So these are the white lids that come with these. You can get these in white, black, or silver. Or if you want a Christmassy color, you can actually get one that's a little bit similar, not the same, but they are similar, and that's from Aroma, and they have some beautiful gold ones, but they are much, much more expensive. So all I do is cut it with the scissors. You can trim it with whatever else, a proper trimmer later, but doesn't matter. I'm going to trim that a bit more. It's just to make it easy. And then these little bits here that come off the end of this, you'll be able to use this again. And one of you gorgeous, lovely people said to me, oh, don't waste that. You can actually reuse this. So I looked into it, and thank you for that lovely person that gave me the suggestion of getting, you know, the silver clips at the end. So you can actually just buy some more tabs at the end, and then you pop that through the tab, squeeze the bottom of the tab, which is metal, and then that's your new one. So you can get 2 out of 1 wick, which I know that sounds like a bit of a cheapskate, but everything costs money, doesn't it? So anyway, so that's what one of those ladies said to me, you know, hey, how about you just go and put a little tab, you know, buy the tabs, and the tabs are cheap. I think they're about $9 for 100, I think. So I thought that was pretty cheap. Maybe it's more. I can't remember. But anyway, it wasn't very expensive at all. So I thought, well, you know, that's worth it. We'll just, you know, pop them in there. And like I said, all I'm going to do today is I thought I would just take you through why I just do these. And look, you know, I get lots of people say, oh, you never rest, and, you know, you work all the time. Like, yeah, I do work all the time, but honestly, everyone, it doesn't feel like work, because, you know, even if I didn't do this for a job, I'd probably be out here making these as a hobby. So it's kind of like a hobby I get paid for. As long as someone buys them, I get paid. But, you know, so yeah, so yes, I sort of don't look at it as work all the time, everyone, because you don't need to look at it, you know, as always as work. But it's something fun, isn't it? And like I always say, I do love what I do. I can't complain. I really do enjoy it. So that's a nice thing as well. And I've got a couple extra ones at the end. So I will do those extra ones in this beautiful one called Le Cotton. Le Cotton is one that is unique to me once again, because as I always tell you, I you know, mix all the blends up and, you know, just kind of see what I can come up with. And this is like a peach apple, just a really nice kind of fresh, soft kind of scent. Like, I just really, really like it. I really think it's just such a beautiful scent. And to everyone, oh, I've got to tell you this. Lots of people say to me, oh, you should make them stronger. Look, I don't, you know, I mean, I use about a 9% load, and I've never, ever had somebody say they're not strong enough or anything like that. You know, people that are purchased, I'm saying. But, you know, sometimes when I used to be at the market, people would say, oh, I like a really strong candle. And I would just say to them, well, I've put in this what the law requires. Like, I can't go and put heaps more, and people don't understand that the oil will just seep out. They just think, oh, we'll just put more in and make it smell strong. But I just tell them I can't do that. I follow the law pretty strict. For as much as I know, I try and do everything the right way. So yeah, never put any more in. If somebody requests it even, I just say no. You got to protect yourself a little bit. So, but yeah, so I use a 9% load for anyone that wants to know. But sometimes, and I've said this a few times, do remember that, not everything is equal. So not all fragrances are equal. Some are much stronger than others, and as many of you know, I do use quite a lot from Pure Candle Supplies, and theirs are strong. Theirs are actually, the fragrances they use are made in Australia, and they actually do have a higher content of essential oils in them. And that's for their different ranges, because remember, they have a lower range and a higher range, but I generally use their luxury range, which is the more expensive one, which it's around $65 for 500 ml, so it is expensive, but you get what you pay for, and the quality is just beautiful, like really nice. So I get compliments all the time for that higher range that I do use. And I just thought, look, I'll do these ones today. I was just, thinking, what can I actually do? And I do have my other video that I'm organizing at the moment, which the time this video comes out, you should have probably seen it. And that one is all about Deluxe Shea. So that one will come out. And I know I've had lots of people actually ask me. People have been messaging me saying, oh, you're actually going to be bringing that one out soon. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And can I tell you, everyone, because a lot of you may not know, but when these videos are made, so like for the one for Deluxe Shea, when they actually made that video took almost 12 months for a 9-minute video, because they had to get teams to fly out to Ghana to actually tape the whole thing and record everything. Then they had to get it edited, broken it down, and then also with music, some music you can't use because it's licensed. So then you've got to go back to the drawing board again, and then they ended up going down. They had to get a narrator to go over the top of it with their voice, because obviously, they speak a different language in Ghana, so it had to be, the text over the top so that we could all understand it in all different countries. And then when I've actually also figured out and put everything together, because I did my little blurb at the front of it as well to put the video and help them out. And when I actually had to do that as well, then I had to do voiceovers and cuts and things like that over the top. So, but obviously my work was a small bit compared to what they did. And then they approached me and asked me, would you mind putting it on your YouTube channel? And I said, of course, because I love their story. And it was definitely no stretch whatsoever for me to put it on my site. I was excited that they asked me and wanted to see what I had to say about it, because I just really love that story of empowering women in all different countries. So, and I just think that's so amazing, because the women actually produce everything over there in Ghana. They actually produce all the shea nuts. They pick the shea nuts, they turn it over and whip it in their hands. So I just think it is just really, really amazing. So I hope all of you support that video just like me, because we're all, life has changed, and as women, we can show that we can really do this. We can make a change. We can have businesses and succeed really well on our own. I mean, there's lots of men in this industry too, and 100% I welcome them. I have lots of men that follow me. So a big shout out to the guys for supporting all of us women doing this as well. You guys are amazing, and we definitely need people like that around to support us all, don't we? So now I have done all of these. As you can see, they are looking absolutely beautiful. So now my wax, which is over in the pot over here, and you can probably just see it on the edge here. I actually have a few slow cookers, and what I actually do is put the wax in, I just slow cook it, then I transfer that back down, to another jug, and then obviously I'll put the scents in and things like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing next, and then we will get to pouring. So I will bring you back back to pouring as well. And you know, look, I was laughing to myself earlier and I thought I have to show you guys this because you're going to think this is so funny. My laptop or my computer broke, which it wasn't actually mine. My husband actually gave me one that from his work that they didn't want, so then I used that because my original one broke. I just couldn't afford a new one, and now I have this little old dodgy one. And one of my daughters that's, you know, in her 20s said, "Oh no, Mum, you can't be using that." But there's nothing wrong with it. It's just old. And you know, when your kids go to school and they buy a computer, they only have it for 3 years and then the school gets rid of it. You know, like we actually bought it for our daughter at school. I don't know what it was, $1,000 or something. And then after that, you know, they get rid of it. So they just send it home. You can do whatever you want. So I said, okay, I'll use it and it's fine. That's how I do everything. So for anyone that can't afford something really new, please note that I use things like this, which is like a 4-year-old computer that's been used by my kids. She even drew on it in texter and highlighters, and so that's what I actually use now. And I also just film everything on my phone, and the most expensive thing that I've probably paid for at the moment is a microphone that ended up costing me like I think it was $80 or something, because I needed the microphone because the phone wasn't good enough on its own. So that's exactly what I do. So I just wanted everyone to know that, you know, you don't have to have the best things. Just give it a go. That's what we're here for. The Aussie spirit just says give it a go. You never know. So I thought I had to show you that because I know everyone thinks I use a smancy Apple thing or something, but I don't. The only Apple product I have is the iPhone. So now these are done. Let me get going and I will organize the jug of wax, and then I will bring you back and we'll do some pouring, and I'll give you a little look about a few things that I'm doing in here tonight. So these are the other ones that I have just finished making, and I thought I'll give you a little bit of a look. These ones are blooming rose, and then there are some that are the lavender. So they're the lavender ones there. I just need to trim them all off and make them look a bit nice. Then they'll go in the boxes and then they will have all that done. This is actually my little coffee station just here, and these are all my little herbs and things like that I put in different bath bombs and things like that. I actually get mine from Salt and String. That's a company in Warragul where I live, and then I just have lots of other jars and different bits and pieces. I mean, lots of you probably don't see this side, and I'll give you another quick look at some of my soaps. Some are sold out, so I need to get going with some of those. So I will be making more and more of those soon. And then these are my new bath bombs that I've been working on lately. So I always get proud of myself because I've finally stocked it up. They're ready to go, and then I think, oh no, I've got to make more because they're all sold. So, and these are my new soaps. So that one's my new one. Doesn't it look so pretty? I love the cover of that one. And as I said, I design lots and lots and lots of these on Canva, and these ones are just all my little testers, and they're actually samples as well. And then of course my little my soaps that are little cupcakes. I made them a while ago. I haven't even put them on the site, to be honest. And then these ones are Barry's daughter. I really love the way they turned out. I was so excited when they turned out like that. I just love the colors, and I think it really was a great representation of my dad and me, and that's what the Barry's daughter soap and range is. This one is my lemon one. Lots of people have loved this lemon one, and it smells so good. It's like a vanilla, a warm vanilla with sort of lemon. It's like a lemon pie slash lemon sort of cobbler, I guess, but really, really deliciously smelling. So I love that one as well. But I thought you might just want a little look here why my wax is doing its thing and cooling down, because I am using a Pure Candle Supplies wax, and it's called a coconut soy wax. So for anyone that hasn't used that, it's a really, really low pouring one. So you can't pour it at 70 or anything like you do with 464. You definitely need to pour it at a really, really low range, and that way it just comes out beautiful, smooth tops and lovely. And I definitely think that the coconut ones or the coconut creams, any of those ones, I do think that they just give a smoother top. But if you're struggling with candles, just remember everyone does. It's not easy. It's a really, really hard thing to actually make candles. People think that they're so easy, just pour it in and you're done, but that's honestly not the way it is. Many people struggle with candles. Now we will get back now to the other bit, and I will go and see how the wax is going. It is Wednesday morning, everyone, and in front of me here you can probably see my photo shoot. No laughing, and I'm sorry if it's flickering, but it's my fluorescent light in the kitchen here. I'm actually inside my house at the moment, and we are renovating this gorgeous old house, so we will just have to make do. Now I'm just going to literally put the camera in front and then you'll be able to see. So here I do have my candles. These are my Christmas ones because I need to get taking some photos of them so I can make some line sheets, documents, and so on. So all that I do for this, and I'll actually show you how I actually do it. So I've just got a box. This is basically what the candles go in, and then basically we want to do that, but it doesn't look very nice in white. So these are the wraps that go around my boxes. Now for this purpose, there's nothing in the box. Obviously you would usually put the candle in the box, so obviously I'm going to ruin the box because these are going to be on them, and then I need to, get rid of them later on, but that's okay. It's like I said, this is just a photo shoot, and you need to do this, so that you can organize everything. And obviously I don't want to make the candle in June because they're not going to go out to September, so I would be making these in August, but for now we actually need the photos. So all I do is literally just pop it here. This is going to be on the front. Obviously we need to make sure this looks super good, and then I usually just put like a little leaf or something, and then basically what we're going to do is get nice and close, and I'm sorry that I'm moving the camera, but I'm kind of balancing it to show you. So all we're going to do is literally get this, all the background will be removed, and I'll actually add it in so you can see, and then you kind of just go around it to see what's going to look good. So that's literally how I take all of mine, and because it's Christmas, we might want to do a photo shoot and put the diffuser in. That is also, it's like matching pair and so on. So literally this is pretty much how I do my photo shoot. So this morning I've just been organizing all the labels. So here is some more on here, and then I'm going to get going with those. At Christmas I'm only doing 4 cents. You don't need to do more than 4. That is more than enough for Christmas. You can do as many as you want, but for me I just think it's, you don't want to do heaps and get stuck with heaps of Christmas stock. So I definitely don't do massive amounts, but these are really nice ones. And the thing that doesn't sell at Christmas, is those like Christmas pudding type smells and stuff like that, and heavy cinnamon. They're just not big sellers, but ones that have, the sweeter ones. So a lot of mine, well, all of mine actually, the 4 of them that I've done, I've created the scents myself. So even the one that has a pine in it, it has like the sweetness of fruit and so on. So it smells really nice, even if it's not Christmas. It's not a traditional Christmas one. It's more of a modern kind of shoot. So my suggestion for all of you, no matter what you want to do, is just go and print out some paper, use that as your backdrop, and then you'll be able to see how pretty some of mine actually do really look. I mean, they look beautiful in the background, and nobody would know that I have actually printed these myself. So you can see on here, I've just printed this off on Canva, changed the colors around a little bit, and then that is literally my Christmas shot. So I hope you love this little part of Wednesday, and of course I'll bring you back today because this is just the start, and let's get going and see what else I can do for the day. I thought before I show you the next thing I'm going to do, this is just a bit of a close-up of my Christmas little theme. So obviously I have some body butter in there, and then I have a candle, and of course I do have my diffuser. So that's what's going to be just in my little shot, and we'll get nice and close up, and that's basically what it's going to look like. So, and then of course we'll cut all the outside down, so I'm sure you can agree it's going to look super duper cute. So I do have a delivery, so I'm just going to go and grab that, and let's check out what's inside. So here we are, we're going to be opening up our next parcel. So I get lots and lots of parcels sent to me here. This one is one that I've ordered myself, so let's just take all the junk out. They put so much paper in, but you do need to make sure you wrap it well. So this is from Aussie Candles, and I've never had anything break or leak or anything from them. So it's actually been really good. So now all of these are what I actually put my bath bombs in. It's just called a Monaco small box, And these are candle boxes, so they do cost money. And that's the thing you got to remember, everybody. Every single time you make something, the packaging costs money. The freight that I'm paying for this on top of the product costs money. You need to add that into your prices, or else things will just never go super well. This is going to be my next lip balm. I mean, it smells so delish. It's cotton candy, so obviously in Australia we call it fairy floss. Oh, it smells so good. And that's going to be in my lip balm. I thought I'll test this one out. That's going to be my new Christmassy one. And I've just bought some more polysorbate 80 to make some more candles. And of course I did go and get some more of these amazing products. So this is how you actually make cream. So we're going to be doing a workshop this week. Every month for my Patreons they get a workshop, and this workshop will be the emulsifying body butter, and I'm going to show them how to do that with some, you know, basically your body butter, your lotions and so on. It's the same concept. It's just more, you know, fats or shayas and things like that, or less. So obviously if it's a lotion, it's less, it's more watery, and you don't have as much emulsifying wax. So that's basically, you know, a quick rundown. I mean, there's a lot more into it, obviously. And, you know, look, I learn all the time. I definitely don't know everything. So that's the one thing that I try and tell people. Honestly, I try and just give you the advice that I wish I had been given. But on top of that, you know, like I said, it just comes down to learning, doesn't it? But anyway, like I said, that is what is in my little box today from Aussie Candles. And I've got to go and order another thing from them. So I'll be ordering another couple boxes of things as well. So like I said, we've got the delivery today. We'll be taking the photos today. So I'll be doing all of that. And I have spent a couple hours already on the computer going through and obviously, you know, printing out my labels. Had to redesign a few new Christmas ones and so on. But I hope you love my new one. Doesn't it look so darling? It looks absolutely gorgeous. And I'll be giving some of these away to my children for Christmas as well, because they do love getting a new candle. There's something special about a new candle at Christmas. So anyway, I hope I have shown you lots, but all my Christmas range will not be out until later on. And I will actually, for my Patreons this week, I'll be showing them my line sheet, and then hopefully they can get ideas from that. And you know, but if anyone else wants to see my line sheet, just go to my website. On the bottom of my website it will have a link in wholesale. Click onto that and it will show you my line sheet, and that line sheet basically will just give you an idea of the products that I sell wholesale and so on. Sometimes I do sell more, but I can't fit every single product into the book, so I just put the basis in the book, and then of course people can go to Trade Square and buy my wholesale if they want to buy it that way. But that's basically how that works. So I will do a bit more about line sheets and maybe a video to help everyone out. I think I did one a little while back, but like I said, I'll do one a bit more to show you exactly how to do them, and I make them all on Canva. It's nice and easy. I've said this for a long time, about a year or so now, that Canva is so worth it. It really is worth the $17 a month that I pay just to be able to do it. But they do have a free version as well, so you can use the free version if you like. But anyway, that is it for today, Wednesday, and of course I'll just keep going making candles, and I'll spend all day filming today. So like I said, I will bring you back tomorrow, but that's a little bit about my Wednesday. And of course tomorrow I'll have to start prepping and organizing things for Patreon, and do a few blogs for Patreon as well. Anyway, thanks for listening on Wednesday, but of course next you will see Thursday, which I'll add on to the video. Hey everyone, it is Thursday. So it was one of those days that I thought, oh no, I just didn't want to do Thursday. And because today I actually have to get my tax done. You sort of leave the quarter and you think, oh no, it's getting to an end. I really need to do that quarter. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. So I have my little laptop in front of me. It's very boring, so I won't make you watch that. And as I said, with that, I actually just use Excel. So all you need to do in Excel is just write, your date, that, you purchased something. Then of course you would, write where you got it from. So pretend it's from Bunnings. Usually I'll write the date, it's from Bunnings, what it actually is, of course the cost and the GST in that. And what I actually do with mine is I put it into different sections. So when my accountant gets it, it's easy. So I actually do one. So if it was wages, they might be in red, for instance. If it was income, it'd be green. And if it was stock or anything else, I'd just leave that the basic white. So it just makes it really easy for them. And then at the end of the quarter, it's easy, and so on. So everybody, don't be like me and just put all your receipts in a big box, and then you get to the end and go, oh no, because that's usually what I do, because I just run out of time. But I need to get definitely more efficient with doing that, because it is a part of the business that nobody loves. Nobody loves the paperwork, but honestly, the paperwork's a huge side. And also, I've just got to put a couple more items in to my batch number. So on Excel, also, I just keep all of my batch numbers on Excel, and all I do, similar kind of thing. It's just basically I write the date, what it is, the batch number, the cure date, and so on. So if it was a Barry's Daughter soap, I would write Barry's Daughter, give it a category, and it would say soap. And then, of course, it would say what it is and the fragrances and so on. So that way. And two, also I have like my base recipe. So if ever anyone checked on it, they would know that that batch number refers back to that base recipe for that soap, unless I change it. And if I changed it, it would say on it. So pretty much that's as easy as it is. And then in a folder, I just keep the base recipe for each soap that I'm using, and that would have the amounts of fragrances, and if I put Kaolin Clay or anything else, that would be all on there as well for somebody to refer back to and check if they need to. But at this stage, I've never had anyone want to do that. I've never had a complaint about a product or anything like that. And if you just try and keep your records for that, that is the most important thing, I think, is keeping the batch numbers and the records just for what you're producing, because remember, someone's putting it on their skin. So like I said, today it's all about tax. I am actually going to be doing another video, and my other video that I'm going to be doing is making some cream. So I'm going to be doing some more. I'm going to be doing one on a bit of a lotion, because I've a few people have asked me if I could do a lotion for relaxing muscles and things like that. And look, I don't claim anything. You're not allowed to claim things like that, and of course I'm not going to, but it is a magnesium oil cream, so take that as you will. But I feel as though it benefits me, but that's just me. So always with anything like that, I just say don't ever claim anything. Don't ever say it does this or it makes you feel better or whatever, because you just can't claim that. But in Australia, for sure, you can't do that. But I'm going to be doing that. I'll bring that video to everyone. The recipe will be in Patreon, but I will actually, for everyone else, there'll be steps along the way and a tutorial along the way. But of course, if they want the recipe, it will be on Patreon, because I did actually do one a little while ago and give Patreon some recipes, and I just felt that I couldn't give that recipe away. It wouldn't be fair to everyone else on Patreon that actually paying. So that's why it's back over there. So if you want that, everyone, just go over there. It's like $7.50 a month, and I have all different tiers, but that's the basic one. You'll get all the recipes. I don't lock anything, so you'll get all the recipes that I've ever put on there or anything else. Nothing is locked, so that way you can just see whatever you want over there for that. So I would love to see you over there, but make sure you join our Facebook group as well. That gives lots of tips and tricks and things like that, and every now and then I put a recipe on there. And of course, the Facebook group is free. It's to everyone else. And you can also comment and things like that. The only thing I do is I hold all comments. So you can put a post as well. And then I just okay the post. So because that way we just stop any trolls or anything like that on there, because they will be removed immediately. So anyway, that's just a bit about that, but that's a bit boring, isn't it? So like I said, I'm doing my tax, and in between I'm waiting for this to cool because I need to do more candles. And I think I said yesterday I'd done about 100 or so. I've still got a couple hundred to do because I just wanted to keep stock so that I'm not always panicking of having to get it made if I get lots and lots of orders. And I will be doing another soap that is called Gala. So, and that will be a black white inspired, a very fancy soap. So I will definitely have to get onto that one as soon as I can. And that will be another video when, so of course I love doing all these videos because I know you guys really enjoy it. So anyway, like I said, this is Thursday, very boring, and I will bring you back tomorrow. Although tomorrow on Friday I do have another Zoom meeting with somebody that's going to be interviewing me, so we'll see if any footage I can bring. I'll ask them if they will allow me to have any footage and so on, and that will be from Trade Square. So anyway, like I said, this is coming to a close for Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow. It is Sunday, everybody, and while I'm doing this, I thought, look, I'll take you along to show you what I'm doing. So here are my sheets. So now these are what I call my little samples. So all I'm going to do is literally cut them up. These ones are not for free. I don't actually give them away for free because obviously it costs quite a lot of time and money because I have to cut each bit of paper, and then of course, you know, I wrap the soap. So I'll show you what I actually do for these, and I'll show you the cute little box that I put them in. So I've already had my Sunday chat this morning, which we do on YouTube, and next we're going to do these. So this is the little cover, and look how cute they are. So these are the little soaps. They're like 50 grams. And I do get a lot of people, especially wholesale, and they say to me, do you actually sell something that we can just, you know, like have a sample of several different soaps? So that's why I decided to do this. And sometimes when you make a soap, you'll have like a little bit of extra bit at the end, so that's quite handy. So then, like I said, these are what they're like. So this is the cherry, but the one we're doing at the moment is called Paradise. So I'll show you that one. So this is Paradise. And it smells so nice. It's kind of like fruity. It's kind of like fruity, but with a bit of vanilla, pomegranate, and so on. So all I'm going to do is I pop it down with a little bit of, like, this is baking paper. And the reason is sometimes soap might, you know, leave a tiny bit of oil residue. So that's the only reason I do that. And then I'm just literally going to wrap this up. We'll just fold the inner paper over, and then it has all of the, you know, ingredients and stuff on the end. So, and all I do is get a little bit of sticky tape and tape these up. And yeah, look, I know I'm going to have people say to me, oh my goodness, so much time doing this. And yes, you're 100% right. It is so much time doing it, but they look so cute, and I know that it's going to end up in bigger sales. So all I do is like just kind of press over the ends like this, and then I just press it down like this, and then of course that one goes over the top. And even if it goes over the writing, it doesn't matter because they can take that off and see it. They're not going to sell these. These would be just for them to sample. So this is what it looks like at the front. It's nothing too exciting, and then at the back's got all your legals and so on. But aren't they darling? They're so cute. So basically I do those, and then I will show you in the little box that I put them in. So let's just do one of each. So this one here is my raspberry one, and once I've done them, then I can actually show you what I actually do. Look, you could easily cut these on the Cricut machine. I've actually made these on Cricut, and I've said this before, but the reason I actually really honestly do like Cricut, one of my main things that I love about it is how it cuts exactly as you want it. So if you want 14.8 centimeters, it will cut 14.8 centimeters. So that's my biggest love with the Cricut machine, honestly. That's what I just like the most. So this one here is the raspberry. Look how delish that looks. I mean, honestly, it looks like a delicious dessert. And I face it downwards because down is the, it's just got that sort of pretty bit on it. And we'll pop that inside. Look, honestly, you could probably do it without the paper, but just in case any oil went on it, it would drive me nuts if that happened. That's what it looks like at the front. And once again, like I said, we're just going to fold everything over. So I'll just double check this side. And this piece of paper, in case everybody doesn't know, this to make these, this is like an, I think it's an A6. So it's like 14.8 centimeters in height. So, and then of course you got to wrap them around this way. So that's basically why I do these ones. And like I said, wrap this one up as well. and there's 4 in each pack. So my idea for these is basically they're going to get, you know, like different packs, and in it I'm not going to let them choose. It would just be a random pack of different ones. So if somebody messaged me and asked me, if they turn around and ask me, look, could I you know, have a particular scent, then I would put it in, of course. You know, if there was something they really wanted to try, but I just thought, look, I'm just going to make extra ones of these, and these have been curing for like 3 months, so you don't need to cure them that long. I just made them and sort of forgot about them and thought, oh look, I better get on to making these. So that was my whole goal with that. But I thought, since I'm going to add this on, this video will go on to the week. So remember how I talked about, you know, just doing a week with me so that you could actually see what I'm doing. So this will go on that. So these ones here are the orange, and they do smell beautiful. They're actually orange patchouli. So we will wrap these ones up. And of course you want to wrap it so that this is on top, so the writing bit's on top, because obviously that's the bit they want to see, the ingredients and so on. But no one's going to pick this off a shelf and buy it. They're literally going to buy it in the box already. So, and on the outside of the box I'll also have like the labeling and you know, the ingredients and so on. So I don't need to worry that it's wrapped over a little bit. But if you were to sell this in a shop, you obviously don't want that wrapped over, because you want them to be able to see everything. But as I said, these are going in another box as well. And, you know, this is the thing, everybody, that we've got to remember when we're actually making these. Although they look darling and so cute, these are only 50 grams. And, you know, the main thing is this costs a lot of money to wrap this, the time, the box that I'm going to put it in. It actually does cost quite a bit of money, but it definitely looks better. And most people that are going to buy this, honestly, are going to be a business, I would think. I'd think most of them would be a business because they want to try it out. So I haven't worked out the price. I'll have to put that back through Inventora. And that's the program that I've been testing at the moment, and I do like the program because it really does, you know, help you with the cost, and that's really, honestly, that is my main thing that I really love about it. I mean, of course it helps with you know, your inventory and getting all that up to date, but you know, that is the main bit that I think is so important with it, you know, to help you understand your cost. So now, sorry, I had to cut that little bit up there. And what did we say this one is? This is Lily Pond, which I love this one. It's really cute. It's just got a little bit of orangey blue, and which will go with this gorgeous label. I always try and make the colours suit the labels, which look really cute as well. So this is the last one, and then let's pop this one in the box. So yeah, just think of all these little things that you might be able to do, everyone. Just something a little bit different, you know, something you're adding in that maybe someone else isn't adding in, I think is really cute. So now we've done those. Let me go and grab the box. So this is the little box. I will put some tissue paper with my branding on it. And then basically this is what is going to happen. I did test that these fit in here, and they do. They fit in perfect. It looks like it was made for this. So look how cute that looks. So then that's what they're going to get, 4 of those. So yeah, so doesn't it look absolutely gorgeous? And I will have to try and figure out a way that I'm going to package this up. Like, obviously I'll put foam in my thing because, you know, you just want to make sure it's looking all perfect. But these ones will be great for somebody that, like I said, just wants to test out and have a go and see. And you know, we'll see what we're going to put in them. But, and like I said, I have made my own labels as well. So I haven't paid for those because that would cost heaps of money to do that. And this is just plain paper I'm printing it on because it's really just, like I said, a sample pack. But they could sell it if they wanted to, of course, in a shop. But anyway, I think we have come to a close for Sunday. I will be making another soap, but of course I'll pop that in another video that you will see. So I hope this week, although it's been long, has given you really insight of what I kind of get up to and how it's, you know, it's not a 40-hour job. Honestly, it's probably 70 hours. But in saying that, I have to say, you know, it gives me flexible and freedom. So if I wanted to pick up my kids from school or someone was sick, I could do that. And it really doesn't feel like you're working 70 hours. It really doesn't. If I want to take a day off, I can take a day off. If I want to have lunch with one of my daughters, I can do that too. So please don't feel like it's that I'm saying it's, you know, you're working all the time. You're not. It doesn't feel like that. It's kind of like a hobby and you get paid for it. But there are stress levels involved because obviously you need to get orders out on time. You need to make things. And when you're new, it's all exciting. And it still is exciting for me. But the main thing, I guess, that I wanted to say is that, you know, it's just a long time. It's a long curb to do this. It just doesn't happen overnight. It really doesn't. And I was like everyone else, just making things at home, hoping they will sell, or going to a market, or, you know, I was the same as everyone else thinking, oh, I might just see if I can make a business out of this. So you just never know what's going to happen, everyone. So be kind, be yourself, make something amazing, and don't worry what anyone else says. You can do this, everybody. But I hope you've loved this week. Make sure you join my Facebook, Patreon, and all the other bits and pieces. Of course, YouTube, subscribe if you haven't, and make sure you give me that massive thumbs up because that really does help YouTube pop out my videos to show that they may be useful to someone else starting a business, a soap business, or even another business. I do have other businesses that watch me that are not soap related, and they say just the business tips really help them out too. Anyway, be kind, everyone. I'll see you next video. Bye.